Battle of Thermopylae. It's one of those legendary fights that people still talk about today. But not everything you've seen in movies or read about it is completely true. You know how Hollywood movies like to exaggerate things. The real facts are even more amazing than the over-the-top dramatizations. The truth can be crazier than fiction. The Battle of Thermopylae, an important event in the Persian Wars, occurred in 480 BCE. It involved a significant clash between the Greeks, led by King Leonidas I of Sparta, and the Persian Empire under the command of King Xerxes I. Driven by their desire to expand their empire, the Persians set their sights on Greece and assembled a massive army consisting of hundreds of thousands of soldiers. The ultimate aim was to conquer the Greek city-states and bring them under Persian control. With their overwhelming numbers and confidence in their military strength, the Persians believed that victory would come easily. They anticipated that the Greeks would be unable to withstand their superior force. But the Greeks were determined to protect their homeland. They knew the danger was coming, so different Greek city-states joined forces and formed an alliance. They understood the importance of standing together against the Persian invasion. They chose King Leonidas I of Sparta to lead their army. He was famous for his military skills and leadership and was about 60 years old at the time. The Spartans were known for being disciplined and well-trained warriors, making them a strong force on the battlefield. Leonidas, with his experience and reputation, was trusted to defend Greece against the Persian invaders. They strategically positioned themselves at Thermopylae, a narrow pass. This location had advantages for the Greeks. It made it difficult for the Persians to use their large numbers effectively. The Greeks aimed to create a narrow pathway, making it hard for the Persian forces to overwhelm them with their sheer size. For many days, the Greek army bravely held their position, standing strong against the advancing Persian troops. They fought as a united force, showing their superior training and coordination. Shoulder to shoulder, they formed a tightly knit formation, like a solid wall of defense, armed with long spears and large shields. The Greek hoplites displayed their skill and courage. They pushed back the Persian forces and inflicted heavy losses on them. Despite being outnumbered, the Greeks remained steadfast and refused to give up. But a moment of betrayal occurred. A local resident betrayed his fellow Greeks. A man named Ephialtes, a resident of Trachis, region near the site of the Battle of Thermopylae. He revealed a hidden mountain path known as Anapeia Pass to the Persians. This revelation exposed a weakness in the Greek defense at Thermopylae. The reason behind his betrayal is not entirely clear, but there are a few possible explanations. One possible motive for Ephialtes' betrayal was personal gain or self-interest. It is believed that he was seeking rewards or recognition from the Persian invaders. By providing them with knowledge of the secret path, he may have hoped to secure a position of power, wealth, or favor within the Persian Empire. Another theory suggests that Ephialtes held a grudge or harbored resentment towards the Greeks. Some accounts suggest that he was either exiled or mistreated by his fellow Greeks, which fueled his desire for revenge. Betraying his own people may have been a way for him to exact vengeance or seek retribution. It is also possible that Ephialtes was coerced or manipulated by the Persians. The Persians were known for their ability to employ tactics such as bribery, intimidations, and persuasion to gain advantages in warfare. They may have exploited Ephialtes' vulnerabilities or promised him rewards to convince him to betray the Greeks. As for Ephialtes' background, historical records provide limited information. He is primarily known for his act of betrayal during the Battle of Thermopylae. Beyond that, little is known in detail about his personal history or his motivations. He is depicted as a figure of treachery and infamy in the context of the battle. Returning to the Greek forces. Realizing the danger and the possibility of being surrounded, Leonidas had to make a tough decision, thanks to Ephialtes. he chose to send most of the Greeks' forces away, instructing them to retreat and live to fight another day. Leonidas, along with a small group of Spartan warriors and a few hundred Thespians and Thebans who decided to stay, prepared for a final stand against the Persians. The decision was to stay behind and make a final stand against the advancing Persian forces was an act of bravery and sacrifice. It would be remembered as the epitome of heroism at the Battle of Thermopylae. With their backs against the wall, Leonidas and his remaining fighters prepared themselves for the ultimate confrontation. They knew that their chances of survival were slim, but their unwavering commitment to their homeland and their fellow Greeks compelled them to stand their ground. With their spears at the ready, they braced themselves for the onslaught of the Persian army. The Persians, confident in their numerical advantage, launched wave after wave of attacks, aiming to break through the Greek defenses. The Greek warriors fought with unparalleled bravery and engaged in hand-to-hand combat, slashing and thrusting at the encroaching Persian forces, refusing to surrender. But despite their strong determination, the Greeks couldn't hold out forever against overwhelming numbers and better resources of the Persians. The non-stop assaults wore down their defenses, causing their formation to weaken and their lines to start faltering. Leonidas, knowing that defeat was certain, made the ultimate sacrifice. Instead of letting the enemy capture or kill him, he decided to face death on his own terms. He fought with all his might until the very end. In the last moments of the battle, the remaining Greek fighters displayed incredible courage as they battled against impossible odds. They stood together, showing unity and camaraderie, even as they faced certain death. While most of the Greek warriors who defended Thermopylae tragically lost their lives, a few managed to survive. Two of these survivors were Aristodemus and Pantides. Aristodemus, a brave Spartan warrior, initially fought in the battle but had to leave because of an eye infection. However, he later rejoined his fellow warriors, faced the fierce battle, and made it back to Sparta. Although some criticized him for leaving at first, his eventual return showed his courage. Pantides from the city of Phocis chose to stand with the Spartans during their final stand. Alongside around 700 Thespians and Thebans, he fought valiantly and survived. Pantides and his fellow warriors safely returned to their cities, carrying the memories of the intense conflict. The battle served as a rallying cry for the Greek city-states. The heroic sacrifice of King Leonidas and his warriors became a symbol of national pride and defiance against a formidable enemy. The story of Thermopylae inspired the Greeks to stand up against the Persian Empire and fueled their determination to protect their homeland. It served as a catalyst for the unity, resilience, and determination. If you want to know more about those Spartan warriors under King Leonidas, check out our previous video after this. It goes into detail about how these Spartans were trained and educated. We'll put the link in the description. Show some love by giving this video a thumbs up and be sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Remember to subscribe to our channel, Discover Ancient Civilizations. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and stay engaged with a fascinating history. We'll catch up with you soon.